What's going on, guys? It's Cole. I'm back for another video just for you. So I just first off want to apologize as per usual for taking a long time to upload a video. This time though it is actually justified. It's not just me being lazy, it's not just work and the rest of it. Yeah, it's legit reasons as to why. So as you can see, one of them being I moved house. So yeah, that's one. Now this video is mainly kind of giving you guys a heads up, so like anybody that's coming up to your top surgery or is thinking about top surgery, this is something that people don't really talk about, and this is just kind of my post top surgery thoughts, I guess is the best way to put it. Excuse me. So it's more about just the mental preparation that I didn't do, that I think is quite important for people that are coming up to surgery to do. Just because to prepare for things physically is one thing, and I thought that I prepared mentally as well, but as far as I was concerned, it was kind of, I'm gonna get cut, I'm gonna heal, and it's gonna be a bit sore. That was kind of all the preparation I'd really done. So it's quite a good thing to, I guess, look at more than that and sort of more about how you're gonna be feeling and whatnot, which is what I'm gonna touch on in this video. So I'm just going to give you guys the heads up now. I won't actually be showing my chest in this video, just because it's still in the healing process, and I'll explain a lot more about that as we get into the video itself. So as I say, post-op thoughts. So one of the things that I hadn't prepared for post-surgery was kind of how I'd feel, if you like. Now, this is more when it comes to kind of how you are as a person beforehand, I think, and because I like to see myself as quite a, I'm quite a confident person, quite outgoing, I'm independent, I just kind of get on with it, right? I just do what I do and just carry on. So to be suddenly put in a position where you do need to be looked after, and you do need to be, you do need to have things done for you, it's not the easiest thing to adjust to, and you wanna be able to do what you're doing, because you don't want to have to, you don't want to have to inconvenience anybody with cooking you a meal or taking you to the shop or anything else like that, and so in that first week of being post-op, that's kind of what I tried to do. That was me sat there thinking, no, I'm fine, I'm not human, I don't need to heal up. But actually that's all bullshit. You do need time to heal up, you do need to listen to your body, and you do need to respect the fact that it has been through quite a lot. You need to kind of give it the respect it deserves, and just to sit it down and let it rest. And so I learned that very quickly, just because there were times when I'd tried to sort of pick up a bag or something like that, just not too heavy, obviously, that I wouldn't be stupid with it, but it is sometimes good to admit defeat, is the best way to put it. So anybody that's quite similar to me in that sense, just prepare to admit defeat, especially if there's people around you to help you. Just take their help, because it's a good idea. Just do it, just trust me. Second thing I'd say was also the kind of how vulnerable and fragile I'd feel. Now, with all of this that I'm saying, don't get me wrong, it wasn't an awful experience. I wasn't upset or sad about any of it. It's just a massive learning curve for me, and that's a really good thing to have. It's really humbling. So as I say, feeling fragile and quite sort of vulnerable about things. I went to the shop for the first time, and this was, I think I was by myself. Yeah, I think I was by myself for the first time, and you walk in, and obviously you're still a little bit hunched over, still very fragile. It hurts even just to run your hands along your chest, kind of level fragile. And I'd walk out of one of the aisles in the store, and I'd look left, look right, and I'd expect either a trolley to be flying towards me, or a kid with like some massive thing to hit me in the chest. Stupid things like that, because you're so aware of how fragile and how kind of, just really easily hurt you feel, that it really does kind of heighten your kind of vulnerability, I guess. And once again, that's something I didn't prepare for, and that's something I didn't expect, to be fair. But as I say, I am thankful for that, because it's really given me a new insight on that kind of thing. Just because there's people out there that have chronic pain for most of their life. They have disabilities, they have this, that, the other, and so to go to a shop like that and feel like it's a battleground, it's something that's, as I say, it's quite a humbling experience, because you're not used to that. It's quite easy to take for granted good health and just walking without pain and going about your day. And so, as I say, it's really given me a sort of a new respect and a new understanding for people that, you know, could be in a position where they've got sort of chronic pain or disabilities or anything that could sort of put them in the position where they literally feel like life is a battlefield, because that's kind of how it felt to me. And I may be making a big deal out of it, but that's the best way I can put it. That's how I felt. So that's something to really prepare for, and really just to kind of make sure that you're aware of that could potentially happen. In the second week of being post-surgery, the surgeon came to take off my dressings, and those were those little kind of square kind of yellow things that are in my picture on my Instagram. If you guys haven't seen it, check out my Instagram. So he took them off, and so this side is absolutely fine. Obviously, as discussed in my sort of pre-consultation with him, I'd need a revision, just because the size of my nipples aren't the size of cis guys. So I knew that from the start. That's not a problem at all. But yeah, this size is absolutely fine, obviously, other than the nipple itself, which will need to be resized. But this side, when he took off the dressing, he kind of went quiet, and you know, I was sort of led there thinking, you know, what's the problem? What's up? And if you guys have ever heard of necrosis, what that is basically when an incision is stitched together and it's healed, sometimes the blood supply doesn't reconnect up properly. And so what that means is that, obviously, because there's no blood supply, the tissue will die. So that's actually quite a common sort of risk of top surgery is nipple necrosis. Now, I was lucky in the sense that I got necrosis, but I actually got surface necrosis, which basically means that just the top layer of the nipple came off. In the beginning, it didn't look great. You know, the pigment is gone, of course. It's coming back really well now, though, and I will do another video on sort of my healing process and what I've been doing to sort of assist just the healing of the incisions, and obviously this nipple as well. So yeah, it's, as I say, it was something I didn't expect, and that's also something that you should prepare for. You know, it's very easy to think that it would happen to me, but even though this is minor in comparison to what some people have gone through with top surgery, it's still something I hadn't prepared for. So it's always good to just acknowledge that these risks, they could happen to you, and you know, it's a thing that can happen. You know, it is what it is. But one of the pros when it comes to this necrosis, because I have to have a nipple reduction, I've actually kind of given myself one. So this nipple is now the size that I want it to be anyway. So I've actually just got to get it done on one side now. So, you know, pros and cons, I guess, right? Always a silver lining. So yeah, once all of the pigment comes back in, you know, it's looking really great with the healing anyway. But that's the main reason as to why there haven't been sort of loads of posts up on Instagram of being post-op and on YouTube and all the rest of it, just because I was just taking that time out to kind of just acknowledge and accept that had happened, and just, yeah, kind of moving on with it, I guess. That's another thing as well. The final thing, in fact, when it comes to top surgery, is this sort of reconnecting with your body that I just didn't expect to happen at all. It's an incredible experience. I guess the best way to describe it would be, say you go to a pet store and you're looking to buy a puppy. You see the puppy and you know from the get-go that you love it and that it's cute and that it's great and that it's, you know, that you have that love for it, right? But then you take it home, and then that's when you develop the bond. Now, that's kind of the best way that I can describe it, I guess, is the fact that, you know, a lot of trans people, they do experience, you know, mind and body disconnect. And so to suddenly have that reconnection, to suddenly look in the mirror and see the guy that I've been trying to sort of imagine past what I could see before in the mirror, and, you know, and dreaming about, and just couldn't actually physically bring to the front of my mind, to have that become a reality is just incredible. It really, really is. And I've just been taking the time out to bond and connect with this person, with this guy that I see in the mirror that's got what he should, you know, and it's an incredible experience. And, you know, even now I still touch my chest, and I put my hands just on there just because I can, just because it's flat, and just because it's just incredible. It's a really just mind-blowing and just empowering. I can't describe it. I don't have the words to describe it. I really don't. But yeah, it's just such a great experience to have, to be able to connect with yourself and your body, and without even really trying to. It's not a thing about trying. It's just, you know, surgery. You just look at yourself, and I can't remember having a chest beforehand. Don't get me wrong. I understand, and I'm more than grateful for how far I've come. But to look in the mirror now, it's more of a thing of, this is how it's always been, because this is how it always should have been. I hope you guys enjoyed, as I say, and I hope that some of it made sense, and that you can sort of be able to prepare a little bit for top surgery, I guess, mentally. Now, don't get me wrong, all of this is just from my experience, of course. For anybody else, it could be completely different experience. It's different for everybody, of course. But I am now on my 6th week of healing, so I'm now able to train, which is great because, as you can see, I'm feeling extremely skinny. So I'm quite excited to be able to train again. But aside from that, as always, I hope you guys have had a good day. Stay tuned for the next video. It is on its way very, very soon. So that's it. All right. Peace.